Could have spent forever with my hands in your pockets. Picture of your face in an invisible locket. It's never had a bad feeling. You two with our hands tied, hands tied. Just waiting for people to come. Hello. Hello. How's it going? Oh my god, hello. How are you guys? It's been a while. I've been pretty inactive over the past couple months because school is fun. But yeah, wait, can you guys hear me first of all? Cool. I love talking to more rhythmic gymnasts. But can you guys hear me? Like first and foremost. Okay, perfect. Right. How's everyone doing? I love doing live streams. They're so fun. Always the question I always like to ask at the beginning is what time is it for you? Like in your time zone or like where you're from. You can comment if you're comfortable. Obviously, here in Canada, it is currently 12:17 p.m., just past noon. I'm a little sweaty right now, so excuse the look. I just came back from the studio, and I'm working on a new what's it called, like a new dance. So stay tuned for that. I posted a little like preview on my Instagram story like a few minutes ago, so you can check that out once this is over. Not yet. 5:20 p.m. Cool. So does that mean are you in like the UK or Spain-ish area, I assume? Mexico, same time zone. Hey. I think I might be going to Mexico in April, at the end of April, beginning of May-ish, so very exciting. England, yeah. I I've always wanted to go to England. I've never gone before, other than like I stopped off in I think it was the Gatwick airport for like a layover. We were going to Greece, so we went from Toronto to London Gatwick to Athens, but that's my only experience there. But yeah, I want to go at some point. Plus, there'd be no language barriers, and it'd be great. Hello. How's it going? Um, yeah, just wanted to do like a quick live stream to catch up with you guys since I have been very inactive lately. I don't think I've posted a video since like my cruise vlog or something, which was at the beginning of the school year. Might have posted a dance. Um, Oh, I just lost my train of thought. How much do you stretch in a day? Well, I don't stretch every day anymore. When I was training, I would, well, our part of our warm up would be stretching. So we'd spend a good like hour on warm up. It's not just stretching, but it's like stretching and conditioning and all that. And that was like 6 days a week. Nowadays, I'm like, I'd say I'd stretch like once or twice a week. Not gonna lie, I've been really busy with school and I haven't had the time to stretch as much as I wanted to. But I think I'd say like once or twice a week, depending on how much time I have. Hello, I know it's been forever. I'm sorry. School is okay. Here's the thing. Oh, thank you. Okay, here's the thing. School, like my course load this term is not as bad as before um, up until last week because last week I had 3 midterms. So I was just like, okay, can't do anything except study. But the thing is, this term I'm taking 5 courses like usual, but I had 9 midterms. 9 for 5 courses. And they went from like the third week of school to the third last week of school. And I'm like, they're not midterms anymore. But yeah, anyways, I only have one more, which is next week. So that's why I got some time off. Got like the big chunk of them done last week. Thank God, because that was really stressful. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to work on a new video. I've started editing it. It's the full RG warm-up tutorial. So I know a lot of you guys have been like waiting for that one, and I know I've been really slow at getting to it. I've been talking about it for so long, but I'm working on it. I spent a good chunk of time last night. Actually, not that long, but I spent a little bit of time working on it last night. How old are you? I am 20. I turned 20 exactly 1 month ago, and I am old. Bye. What's my favorite color? Mint green. My phone case is mint green. My AirPod case is mint green. A lot of my stuff is mint green or like green and blue. Oh, I got this giant body pillow thingy. This is mint green as well. Sorry, my chair is really squeaky. Aw, thank you. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask. I might just like be holding this for the rest of the live stream now. It's so soft. It's just like chilling in my bed, but I never really sleep on it. It's just kind of there. But it's nice though. It's very comfortable. But yeah. 5 minutes. Oh. Thank you guys for joining though. It's been so long. I like forget how to do these live streams or like what I say. What else is there to update you guys on? How long have you been a gymnast and do you do any other sports? So I did rhythmic gymnastics for I think 12 years is the number I've been going with for the past little while. So 12 years. I like officially retired about a year and a half ago, but I still like keep up with it on the side. Just not as much as obviously I did when I was fully training. Do I do any other sports? Well, my friends and I love to play badminton, so we do that. Like we try to go every week. That's lots of fun. But yeah, other than that, like I don't really do a lot of other sports. It's like if you count like dance versus gymnastics, it's like well, I don't really like professionally dance, but it's like under the same umbrella kind of thing. But I guess the next closest one would probably be badminton. Tips on staying motivated. That's always a tricky one because I know, especially like there were times in my like throughout my career where there's going to be ups and downs. Like your path to growth is never a straight line and all that. So it's really just I think things that had helped me were kind of remembering what your end goal is, and like obviously you're gonna have your bad days, so it's really helpful to like have that end goal to kind of be motivating you when you have like those rough days because they're always gonna come. um so I think setting goals is always a good thing because even if they're like really small goals just for your training, it you get I guess more motive. I don't like using the word more motivated when I'm talking about motivation. Like it's hard to like define a word with the same word, but like setting small goals for every day, and as you achieve them, I think you'll start to build up your confidence and hopefully help motivate you to get to the next goal, and keep on improving. But it's hard though because I know like I had a good like few months of just awful training after awful training, and it was really hard to stay motivated. Like it kind of got to a point where I felt like I was forcing myself to go to the gym some days. So yeah, it's not every day you're gonna feel great about what you're doing, but in the end, if you love what you do, you're gonna keep going. Also, I'm gonna need your guys' help on something. I'm gonna post a little short video like on the YouTube Shorts today, because I want to kind of get everyone's opinion, not like opinions, but kind of get everyone's voices together in terms of like I'm gonna ask you guys to kind of just comment under the video like why you love rhythmic gymnastics, kind of put that all together. um yeah, like don't do it now. I'll give you guys some time to think about it, but like when I post that probably later today, just a heads up about that because I'd love to get everyone's input on it. Because I did do a video like kind of related to how I've noticed being in gymnastics has helped me like become who I am today, all the opportunities it's given me since retiring while being in the sport, all that kind of stuff. And I think it's important to not just hear it from my perspective, from your perspective as well, from those who are in the sport, from those who have retired, all that. So I want to gather some of those. But yeah, just keep an eye out for that video. Probably later today. We'll see. But yeah. Oh, thank you. But what was I going to say? Yes, so I have the warm-up tutorial. Like it's a full rhythmic gymnastics. Well, not full, but like everything we would do to warm ourselves up before oversplit. So everything we do on the floor and all that stuff. That is, so it's going to be like a 40-minute video, just a heads up. But you can kind of follow along with it, and I hope it's helpful for you guys because this was like the warm up that I was doing right before I retired. That was like the general idea of it. So it's like all the same exercises that I did. So I know a couple of people had asked for a little bit more advanced tutorials since a lot of the ones that I do are more beginner level. So I think this one can hopefully be a little bit more advanced. It just has like a lot of what's it called? A lot of like variety of exercises. We've got different apparatus going on, some conditioning, some stretching, and all that. So yeah, I wonder when I'm gonna get that out. I will try in the next like a week or two or something before I start having to stress over finals. But yes, um, can I make a meet and greet? I don't know. That would always be cool, but I don't think there's like enough people that would want to come, to that kind of thing, and where that how the whole logistics of that. I don't feel like that's something that could happen, but you never know. You never know. I remember talking to you on one of your videos. I love your channel and content. Thank you. What's my favorite apparatus? Okay, so I feel like it's hard because like my favorite apparatus would always sometimes like depend on the routine that I had for the year. But okay, I think I finally come to a decision overall. Clubs, because they're just so fun to play with. Give me a second, because I've got an extra pair of clubs in here. Everything else, like all my other gym stuff, is at the studio. Um, but I have an extra pair of clubs in my room because they're just so fun. If I'm bored, I can just flip these, do all this kind of stuff, and hopefully not drop it and disturb my neighbors downstairs. But it's just so much fun. Yeah, I could just do this for ages and just like keep going. Clubs are just so fun. So I think that aspect of it is just lots of fun. But ball is really close up there because I just love there's kind of like the fluidity of it. I was always better with like my softer, slower routines, and I think ball lends itself really nicely to that with all like the rolls and stuff. It just looks really pretty, and it's usually like when I'm now like these days at the studio, if I'm like trying to choreograph to something or just playing around with music, ball is usually my go-to, just because again I'm better with the softer and slower musics and choreography and stuff, and so ball is always my go-to for that. But also because like I don't even have my hoop with me here because hoop is too big and I don't want to carry it around all the time. It's not going to fit in my locker, so unfortunately, hoop stays at home. Um, Clubs don't really work well with these slower musics. That's the only thing. So I don't do it as much. But if there's just like an upbeat song, I'll go. It's it's fun. And then if you guys have seen my channel for a little bit, you'll know I have a very interesting relationship with ribbon. Um, it's like it looks really nice, and it's like the one that RG is most well known for, but it's just really hard. It's so hard, guys. There's just so much that can go wrong with it, and it's harder to like build up the difficulty, and just everything about it is so much harder, but it looks beautiful. I don't really like clubs. I'm more of a ball person, but I have a hoop routine. Yay, hoop routines! Oh yeah, wait, guys, comment down below like if you have multiple routines, which apparatus you're doing this year or this coming season. But yeah, I mean, clubs isn't for everyone because they're scary. When I was first starting with clubs, I was terrified. Like I was using senior size clubs, and I was first year novice, so I was what 12 or 13, and it was like this is the length of the clubs like right now, but I was definitely not this tall in when I was 12. So that was scary because I remember that year I cried because I had to do clubs because I was so scared. And then the following year I cried because I didn't have clubs because I loved it so much. So it's like I don't know. And clubs, I feel like I was gonna say clubs in general had brought me the most success as well. That's not the only thing like contributing to it though, but obviously like I think not all of them though. Like my can routine was obviously like my favorite routine that I've had. It was I guess I feel like it was the routine, if anything, that I was most well known for. Um, but it's just fun. It's just fun. Where do I buy my leotards? Okay, there's a couple different ways in which this works. So I'll look at, oh yeah, I see the comments about your routines. I'll get to those in a second. But about the leotards, um, let's see. So sometimes when you're at like the gymnastics club, you can kind of borrow from older athletes who have grown out of their suits. We would always have like a leotard exchange day in the fall, where, yeah, well, pretty self-explanatory. We exchange leotards. So that would be a good way to get it when I was younger and when there were a lot of like older gymnasts in the club who were, kind of renting or selling their suits. So I got a lot from them earlier. But as I started to get older, and there weren't a lot of people to rent my suits from, I was like becoming the oldest one in the club or one of the oldest, and like so I started to have to get suits that were like made for me. So like specifically made for me. So there was let's see, where did I got one done in Ukraine. I was gonna get one done from Italy, I think by the same people that make like Milena's leotards. I don't think that ended up happening, but it was going to. But then we had found there were a couple of people in Toronto, like pretty close to us, that were able to make leotards. So I got quite a few from a couple people there. So that was really fortunate. But yeah, there's I guess a variety of different ways, whether you're borrowing or renting from people. I know some people post on their stories that they're selling leotards. If you see it's the right size, you can go, ask for prices and stuff. But also, like, as you get older, I think when also as your body starts to change, there are certain types of leotards that maybe are better suited for your body. So you kind of have to be a little bit pickier, I guess, what you like or what you end up getting. So sometimes that's why getting custom made leotards is better, but obviously more expensive. Sorry, my lips are really dry. Let's see, what about your routines? You have a hoop routine in January, ball routine next year. Yay! I miss being in level 1. I'm actually doing a ball routine this year, but it's so hard. Yeah, it's my coach. Oh, about the leotards. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like ball is a good place to start. Well, give me a second. Ball is usually a good place to start. Why does it say? Okay, anyways. Yeah, my computer's so slow. Guys, if this crashes, like, just bear with me. I'll probably come back. My computer has just been really unhappy these days, and it loves to just like crash or freeze and all that kind of stuff. So just a heads up if I disappear. But where do I buy my apparatus? Oh no, wait. Before that, I was talking about ball, I think. So I was like, yeah, I think ball is a pretty good starting point. Yes, it can like the bad thing about ball and like hoop is that they can roll away from you. Because like if you start with rope won't go anywhere. Ribbon won't really go anywhere. Clubs will just roll in a circle. But ball and hoop, you hit it off the wrong part of your body, it's like goodbye. So that's probably the hardest part about ball and hoop. Also, if you're young, like if you're younger and you kind of get like a regular size ball, sometimes it's really big and it's hard to hold if you have like small hands. Sometimes I see these cute tiny little gymnasts with that are doing a ball routine and the ball's bigger than their head. It's so cute. But yeah, I feel like they're all difficult when you start out, but you start to over time develop your skills with each of them. Also, sorry if you can hear outside. My window's currently open. I always just leave it open, but I live like on a really busy street. By my university, so it's always noisy. There's always loud motors, always sirens, constantly. Don't know what people are doing because there's so many sirens always. I don't understand, but that's just a heads up if you hear any more noise from outside. Also, guys, it snowed yesterday. It was like 18 degrees, like Celsius, earlier in the week. It was so nice outside this week, and then yesterday it decided to snow. We just skipped over fall. We literally went from summer to winter. I don't think it's snowing right now. I think it's gonna snow like this whole week. I take it back. It's snowing right now. Wait, let me let me show you guys. Okay, I don't know if I can do this because like I can't switch the camera, but can you guys see outside? I don't know if you can see anything, but it is snowing. I don't think you can see, but it's actually snowing like quite a bit. Hold up. How do I do this? How much can you guys see? Whoa, what the? It's really snowing right now. Anyways, this is the first snowfall of the year. Of the year, well, like of the season, I guess. My friends have ball routines, they want hoop routines, but when the hoop hurts. Hoop can hurt too. Hoop and clubs painful. But yeah. Has it snowed where you guys live? Before? I guess if you're in England, it snows there, right? Yeah, but I guess in Mexico it probably doesn't as much or at all. I don't really know. I don't remember if you ever get snow in Mexico, but I'm also living in Canada somewhere near Brunswick, but it still has snow. Oh, hello, fellow Canadian. Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably snow soon. I have family in Calgary and it's already like negative 20 or 30 degrees and it's like the snow's like this tall already. Um, so I don't miss that. The thing with oh, what was that? My voice. The thing with snow, it's like it looks like it's kind of like ribbon. It looks very pretty, but it's just so cold. And I hate being cold. I just because I like walking outside, but when you're walking outside and it's like sorry, I'm just checking my phone. It's like negative 20 degrees. You just don't want to be outside. It's just so cold. So, you know, but although one thing I can't imagine though is um, like for us, it always snows around Christmas, right? Well, it's because it's winter here, and so I think about like places that are warmer and where it like doesn't snow during Christmas, and I'm like, huh, I can't like imagine Christmas without snow. It's just like they've always gone hand in hand, or especially for like people in the southern hemisphere, I guess, because their December is summer. So you're celebrating like Christmas during the summer, which is funny to me. But yeah, anyways, I'm living in France and it's cold, but it hasn't snowed yet too. Ooh. Yeah, I want to go to France so badly because like I can kind of speak French. I've forgotten most of my French, but I did do French in school for 13 years. So I feel like that would be a good place in Europe where there's like less of a language barrier. Like my French is not very good, but I could probably hold my own there. Um, so be able to do that. And I feel like it would be so nice. Mm. Also, guys, there's a convention going on right now in Paris that I really want to be at right now, but it is in Paris and I am in Toronto. Or actually, I'm not even in Toronto, I'm in Waterloo. But, anyways, um, but like it's I don't know if you guys know Kenny Ortega. He's the guy that did like High School Musical and Descendants and Julie and the Phantoms, and they just have people from all those three things at the same convention, and I want to be there so badly because yeah, it looks so fun. I'm just seeing all the content right now. I was like, wish I was there. Come to Toronto, please. But yeah, French, yay! Yeah, French is helpful, especially like when you're in Canada. French is helpful. Um, it's always helpful if you have the bilingual aspect. Bilingual? Is that how you pronounce it? Why have I forgotten how to speak? Bilingual aspect. I don't. I can't speak, but yeah, it's always helpful. Yeah, it sounds really nice, and it's definitely helpful because it's like, well, anytime you learn another language, it's going to be helpful if you travel to anywhere that speaks it. But it's also really nice in Canada because it's like French and English are the official languages. It's like honestly, it helps if you want to get a job as well. Having that is helpful, especially if you want to work for the government. I feel like that's a requirement actually that you have French and English. But yeah, it's yeah, it's not the easiest. I always hated doing like the conjugation in class. I don't remember all of the different conjugation forms. Like there's like oh my god, there's like the passé composé, but then there's like imperfect, future, and all that kind of stuff. Like those are the basic ones, but there were always more. Was there like a futur simple or something like that? Futur simple, or like no, I'm blanking. I haven't done French in like a couple of years, but there were some weird like forms of conjugation that were hard. Yeah. Anyways, I've really forgotten. No, I'm not gonna think about that anymore. I've completely forgotten. But yeah, I wish I was in Paris right now. Like surprisingly, out of all the traveling I did in gymnastics, like I never went to France. Like not even to an airport. So I really want to go at some point. I'm hoping to do like an exchange in one of my later years at university. So hopefully then I can go to Europe and like do school in Europe for a few months. And then like once you're in Europe, I feel like it's really easy to just travel to a bunch of other cities, just like a bunch of different countries in Europe because everything is pretty close together. So it's just like a train ride away from this country and this country and this country. So I feel like it'd be really cool to do that like on a weekend when I'm not drowning in schoolwork. But I feel like that would be so fun. So hopefully I can do that in a later year, and then I would vlog it for you guys. Yeah, the verbs are yeah. I just remember not liking conjugations. It was always really hard, and we had like grammar tests. Um, Always it was like 10% of our grade in high school. That would be cool. Korea, I've out of the Asian countries, I've only ever been to Japan for a little bit. I guess if you count Azerbaijan as Asia, I don't really know if it's Europe or Asia, but I went there too. But yeah, Japan was so nice, and I feel like I talk about Europe a lot, but I've never really explored Asia, so I feel like that would also be really cool. I know my sister wants to go to Korea because she's a huge BTS fan. I don't know if any of you guys are, but she's a huge BTS fan, and so she would love to go to Korea. Yeah, she was talking about wanting to go to school in Korea, and I was like, and my parents were like, no. And she's like talking about Ireland. She's like, no. Um, and then she's like, okay. My parents were like, you gotta stay in Canada. She's like, okay, let's go to BC on the opposite side of the country. And they're like, no. So I don't know. She's not in university yet though. You are? You're a BTS fan? Okay. Who's your favorites? I am like I don't really listen to them on my own, but if my sister plays it, I won't like yell at her and ask her to turn it off. It's like I'll listen to it. Oh my god, that's V is my sister's favorite too. Fun fact: I have the same birthday as Jimin, so yes, that's so funny. V is my sister's favorite. I got her a Tata plushie for her birthday a couple years ago. It's her like favorite thing ever. They're Capricorns. Nice. So I guess your birthday is coming up kind of soon, a month or two. That you're probably like late December or January then, right? Because I know he's end of December. Fun stuff. Oh my god, I'm bad. Christmas. Ooh, that's cool. Very cool. 1 second, I'm just checking something. Oh my god, Justin Min added to their story. Give me a second. That's so cool. But yeah. Give me a second. Rochester. Oh, New York. Okay. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like I said, I went to the studio earlier today. I woke up this morning, I'm like, studio opens at 9. It's like 9 to 11:30 it was open, so I was like, hey, guess I gotta get up early today. So I got up early, went to the studio, and I started like working on a new dance. I've basically realized my Instagram account is just turning into a documentation of my musical obsessions. Um, we started with Tick Tick Boom, which came out a year ago today, and I miss Tick Tick Boom era so much. It's my favorite movie ever. So I started with that because then I choreographed to Come to Your Senses. I did the first like 30-second video, then I did the whole song, which are both on my channel if you want to check it out. So that was fun, and then thank you. That was fun. I love that song. It's my number 2 song of all time on Spotify. So it's my second most listened to song on Spotify. And then came uh then came like La La Land, but then I didn't dance to anything from that, so we're gonna just pass by that. Also, La La Land is a beautiful movie. Then came Dear Evan Hansen when I saw it on Broadway. By the way, I still have a vlog from New York. Right after I went on the cruise, I went to New York for a couple days and I saw Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway. It's my first Broadway show and I was like blown away. It was the coolest thing ever. I have not touched that vlog yet. It might come out in like a few months. I don't know. I'm really behind on content. But yeah, then came Dear Evan Hansen and hello. and I danced to the song Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen. It's my favorite song. And now comes Julie and the Phantoms. I'm 2 years late to the hype of this show, but one of my roommates wanted us to watch it, and we watched it, and now we're all obsessed. And so now I'm choreographing to one of the songs from Julie and the Phantoms. It's Unsaid Emily. It's the most beautiful song ever, and I cry every single time I watch the scene. I can't not cry. Sometimes I'm just lying in my bed and I put the song on. I picture the scene in my head and it makes me cry. It's like I can't. It's so beautiful. Always wanted to go to NYC. Yeah, NYC. How many times have I been there? I think that was maybe only my second or no, that's a complete lie. I've been there a few times. Just because like for me it's not that far because I live in Toronto, not right now, but usually I'm in Toronto. And so it's like maybe a 8-hour drive to New York City. I don't have too many like memories of the previous times that I'd gone, but we had gone like I think 2015 maybe for a few days. But then this year we only went for like a day or so because our cruise left from New Jersey, so like you get on the cruise in New Jersey, you kind of go around a circle, and then you end up back in New Jersey. So since we were kind of there already, we just spent a day and a half in New York. The thing is, it was so busy. There's just so many people, and especially because like COVID is still not um, not cured, but like it's still like out there. Um, it was a little it was a little too many people at times, especially because I was on a Sunday when we were staying right in the Times Square area, right around all the Broadway theaters. It was a lot. There's a lot of people, so that was a little overwhelming at times. But overall, it's like really nice. We got to bike around Central Park for a little bit, which was really cool. Um, yeah, and then we saw the Broadway shows. I like geeked out on all the Broadway stuff. It was so much fun. Let me show you guys. I got a Tick Tick Boom piano book so I can learn the songs on the piano, even though I'm not very good at piano. I also got this thing here, which is like a little clapper, but it's like a chalkboard as well, so I can write some stuff on it. I haven't updated it since October 21st, but it's still here. It says Stream Midnights. Do any of you guys listen to Taylor Swift? Because I'm a huge Swiftie. It's like 1 year of my Swiftyism. That's what I'm calling it, because I like listened to her music before, but I became a really big fan after Red Taylor's version was released, which was a year ago today. My favorite element in rhythmic. Anyways, yes. So yeah, all I listen to these days is just Midnights and Julie and the Phantoms. It's just like I flip flop back and forth between those two. My favorite element. That's a good question. Like element in terms of body difficulty or apparatus difficulty? Because I feel like that would change my answer. I guess element is what body difficulty, like balances, turns, or jumps. I'm gonna answer in terms of that, I guess. Body difficulty. Okay. I would say I do like doing penché turns. Penché turns are like MG balance. Yeah, one of those. You know what is fun though? Also, the free leg front turn. I could probably do it here without destroying my room. Like this. No, I'm gonna kick something. 1 second. And that's just where they're gonna stay forever. I just move my carpet. This one. Yes, I'm still kind of stretched, so I can kind of do that stuff. Sometimes nowadays, like my hips are so old that sometimes I go like this and like they'll crack a million times, but I've already stretched, so it's not gonna crack right now. Thank you. But yeah, that's always a fun turn. It's hard though, because like a lot of people do like the kick turn where you're holding your leg like this one, right? Oh, that's actually not bad. But I don't know. It's because it's harder for a lot of people to like just kind of hold your leg up like this, and so it's not for everyone. Oh my god, it's really snowing. So yeah, that turn's not for everyone, but it's fun. Because one thing I found when I do the kick turn, I can't get a lot of turns out of it. I can do like 1.5, max 2. So it's hard for me to get multiple turns on it. And so if I do the free leg turn, it's like each turn is worth more, I think, by a little bit, by 0.1 maybe. But then I can still do I can solidly do 1 turn, maybe 1.5. Or if you do like Halkina did, I'm not going to fully do it, but if you do like a turn, put your leg down and turn again, that like counts as 2 turns combined as one, and you get double the points. I don't know if that's still the case because I really have not been good at keeping up with the new code, but at least that was the case in the old code, which is a good way to double up on your points. But like I said, I don't actually know how that works in the new code. Yeah, I've always seen them as ballet turns. Yeah. Let's do some stuff here without destroying anything in my room. How many was that? Like 1? I think that was like 1. Whereas like free leg. Also like 1. Oh, I think my back hurts. You know, like when you stretch and then you stop for a bit and then it just like kind of hurts to arch. That's where I'm at right now because it's been an hour and a half since I was last moving. And that's just where they're gonna stay forever. If I could take us back. I'm like really obsessed with that song, the one that I'm dancing to. So check out my Instagram story once this is over. So then you can see what I'm working on. It's a very rough like draft of what it might look like. But yeah. Happy Sunday. Also, is this like the right way for you guys or is this backwards? Because for me it looks backwards. This is a song from Tick Tick Boom called Sunday. Is this the right way? I stopped to stretch my foot. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, cool. Wait, my back hurts now. Yeah, because I feel like, okay, maybe it's not good to be like always stretching, but you know when you're stretching and then you take a break for like half an hour and sit down and you try to get up again, it's like you get really stiff really quickly. Especially when it's cold outside, your body like freezes up really fast. But it's always good to keep your body warm. Let's bring this back here. Okie dokie. And that's just where they're gonna stay forever. If I could take us back. Anyways, my friends and I have been just singing all the time in our room now. It's so much fun. Like I'm not a very good singer, but it's just fun. If I could just do that. You have a competition on Saturday. Good luck. That's so exciting. Is this like the first competition of the new season? Maybe? And that's just where they're gonna stay forever. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, online competition. Ooh, fun. What was I gonna say? Is it? Oh yeah, I was about to ask where it was, but you just said it's online. So I guess you're doing it from your gym. Cool. Wait, which club do you train at? Because I think I know a couple of the clubs in New Brunswick. This is pretty early for the start of the season. Rhapsody. I've heard of that one. Cool. That's pretty early because I feel like usually there's occasionally competitions in December. I feel like a lot of the big ones start in January, but good for you for starting now. That's great. And that's just where they're gonna stay forever. If I could take us back. Yeah, I feel like the peak competition season is what's it called? Is and January, February to like May, June. That's like peak competition season. Then there's usually a little bit in December, I guess apparently in November too. And then a lot of the like challenge cups will happen later in the summer and stuff. And then Worlds is always in September, but I think a lot of people don't have a lot of stuff then. But there's usually competitions going on year round, just a lot more concentrated throughout like the January to June period. But yeah. Okie dokie. I think I'm probably gonna end the live soon because one, I am really hungry and I want to eat lunch, and I also do have a lot of work still to do. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna leave this live stream up. I think I'm gonna just make it public on my channel. Just leave it there for anyone who wants to watch that couldn't make it today. Watch out for that video that I'm gonna post in a couple hours probably, just because yeah, it'd be great to get everyone's input on it. I will try to get that tutorial out as soon as possible, but knowing me, it's probably gonna be a couple weeks. Yeah. So yeah, I forget if there's anything else I was gonna say, but anyways, thank you guys so much for joining. I will try to be more active soon. School's almost over, so hopefully get more content soon. But anyways, thank you guys for coming. This was so much fun. Bye. And yes.